I always knew that I'd end up looking after my parents, but I didn't realise that looking after my parents was going to be so demanding, both physically and mentally.
Behind the numbers, really, this is something that impacts their daily life. From the minute they get up to the minute they go to bed at night, they're always thinking about how to manage the well-being of another person who is entirely or partially dependent on them.
I was actually in a meeting and had a phone call from my next door neighbour to say that my mother had just been seen walking off down the street, and 5 minutes later my father walking out the house and going in a different direction with no shoes or socks on. So I had to drop everything and leave work, and I drove around the village until I found them both.
You know, you go through journey and you're bumbling along fine, you're focusing on your career, you've got your friends, everything's going tickety-boo, and then all of a sudden something happens out of the blue. It's the emotional and mental challenge that I didn't expect.
My father suddenly had 3 strokes in short succession. Shortly after that, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So it was something that I really wasn't prepared for at the time. The main challenge is, I think, is actually to try and fit everything in around the care, whether that's doctor's appointments, stays in hospital, running your own family life, running their house, taking care of all of their financial business, trying to work at the same time while you're looking after everybody.
There is an element of shame that comes with caring. She is going off and off her food more, and she's just reluctant to eat. I'm on conference calls, come down, make mum a meal, she won't eat it. I then see mum getting weaker, which then makes me feel a bit frustrated. Mum broke down in tears because she thought, God, am I going to go to a care home? She needs to eat.
They're trying to manage other things, maybe even young children, or multiple stresses in life, and it can be all-consuming. It is not a part-time job. You can't just think about it when you have time.
My experience of burnout was very real. I had a bit of a breakdown. Work were fantastic and supported me with mental health. And that resulted in, say, 3 months off work, long-term sick. But at the same time, I'm still having to try and look after my parents, and while I'm not particularly on the best of health myself. The thing I found very difficult about looking after parents is you only know what you know, and trying to negotiate through the financial and the care system itself is a very convoluted and confusing system.
While she was in hospital, I reached out to Care Hero. They took a lot of the admin off me in the sense that they gave me a list of care homes in my area I could go and see, and they offered to arrange the visits. And as painful as it was, that was a great help. They also helped with carers in a sense of explaining to me what the discharge process would be once mum was released from the reablement team under the NHS.
I think having Care Hero take that responsibility away from me certainly gave me more time. And with that time, I actually spent more time with my parents rather than visiting and doing things. I actually managed to spend time with them, spent more time with my own family.
It's a very lonely journey. It's filled with guilt because you never have time to look after them and look after yourself. And most people just accept that it's part of life and think it's just part of being a good spouse, a good sibling, good daughter, or good son. I built Care Hero because I don't wish for anyone to have to go through what I've gone through all my professional career whilst being a carer. I would like there to be one place that people can go to for solutions instead of trying to figure out how to do it on their own. Care Hero is a practical solution to help you navigate the complex journey of caregiving so that you are never alone. We're real people with experience of care behind the scenes to help you go through every step of the journey.